What can we do to work smarter, not harder?
Japan needed to do this for survival.
Japan did it, we can do it.
We make steel at a lower cost than any steel company in the world, including the Japanese.
It's not the American worker, as far as I can determine. That's a major part of the problem of productivity.
Let's put them together so that Japanese quality, instead of being shoddy, became known within a few years. In less than 4 years, manufacturers were all over the world were screaming for protection.
And of course, our major supplier of copy machines was a Japanese company. And so we saw the advantages of many things that Japanese companies were doing, and we'd heard about Dr. Deming, and so we got off and got underway with a quality program with Dr. Deming.
They realized that that the gains that you get by statistical methods are gains that you get without new machinery, without new people. Anybody can produce quality if he lowers his production rate. That is not what I'm talking about. Statistical thinking and statistical methods are to Japanese production workers, foremen, and all the way through the company, a second language.
And what we need is to have Dr. Deming help us learn what the Japanese so successfully have learned.
As part of his program, Dr. Deming teaches practical statistics so that everyone in the plant becomes part of the quality control effort, understanding what has to be done and how to go about doing it. Everyone can participate, everyone gets a say. It encourages company loyalty.
Japan needed to do this for survival, and they did it, and they've done it well. Now we've got to try and learn the things that they've so successfully done.
Japan did it, we can do it.
In statistical control, you have a reproducible product hour after hour, day after day, and see how comforting that is to management. They now know what they can produce. They know what their costs are going to be.
Many of these programs on statistics have died in American companies because they didn't get the top management support. Now, why top management does not believe that this is the way the Japanese have improved their industry over the last 30 years, I don't know.
I think that people here expect miracles. American management thinks that they can just copy from Japan, but they don't know what to copy.
It probably, for the first 6 months, I would say, of the program, I spent half my time, at least half of my time, talking to people, thinking about it, writing memos, joining groups, that they can try to convince them of the importance of this tool and how to use it.
The training that the Japanese workers have could be copied here and is being copied some places, but there's not enough of it.
And even today, probably the top 100, 200 managers in the company are devoting 25 or 30% of their time to nothing but furthering the quality program.
If that sounds like a lot of time and effort, it is. But Dr. Deming never said his system was simple. He only said it would work and it would pay off. In the experience of Nashua so far, it pays off.
Nobody comes out of the school of business that knows what management is or what its deficiencies are. There's no one coming out of a school of business that ever heard of the answers that I'm giving to your questions or probably even thought of the questions.
Sounds a little harsh, Doctor.
Yes, I am harsh. I should know what I'm talking about.
Is there an attitudinal difference between the United States and Japan?
They are using statistical methods. They have not only learned them, they have absorbed them, as Japanese absorb other good things of cultures. They are giving back to the world the products of statistical control of quality in a form that the world never saw before.
Would the same methods work in the United States? Could we do the same thing?
Well, of course we could.
Then
everybody knows that we can do it.
Why don't we?
No determination to do it. We have no idea what the right thing to do. Have no goal.
First generation in the history of the United States to live worse than their parents. I'm Lloyd Dobbins, NBC News.